Hello everyone, my name is Trish Mullins and I'm the Youth Development Director at the Casco Bay branch of the YMCA of Southern Maine. Today, I have a fun activity that we can do together. First, we're going to read a story called The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. And then after we read the story, we're going to go inside and we can make our own rainbow fish together. Here we go. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the rainbow fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the rainbow fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset, he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. Whoops. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, "but if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. Here comes the octopus out of the dark cave. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." Do you think that's going to be easy for the rainbow fish to give away all of his sparkly scales? "I can't," the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them?" Look how beautiful the rainbow fish is with all those sparkly scales. Do you think he's going to give his scales away? Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The rainbow fish wavered. "Only one very small, shimmery scale," he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. How do you think that little blue fish is feeling? Looks like he's feeling pretty happy. And I have a feeling the rainbow fish is feeling happy too. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right. The more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. There they all are. Everybody's got a shiny scale. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish, play with us," they called. "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. And that is the end. And that's a pretty cool story, how the rainbow fish started to feel so happy when he gave away some of his scales and shared with his friends. So now let's go on inside and we'll make our own rainbow fish. See you in a bit. Okay, friends, I'm inside now and I have all my supplies to make my rainbow fish. So remember, the book we read is The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. And now I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that we can make our own rainbow fish. So the first thing that I tried was drawing a fish on a piece of paper. So you can draw the outline of a fish, maybe with a black crayon or marker, and then you can color it. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It can be as plain or as fancy as you want it to be. So draw your fish and then color in all the different places. So this is what it looks like, all colored in. The next thing that we're going to do is you need some colored paper. So you want to cut some little circles out of colored paper. My circles look kind of like this. Not too big. They're maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter, but it really doesn't matter what size you make them. They can be any size you want. And then after you make your circles, you're going to fold them in half. So they look like this. So I have all kinds of little circles here. And then what I did is I took some glue, and you're going to spread glue all over your fish's body, okay? So let's see if you can see this. So where I put the glue is just right in this part of his body, okay? Not on the tail, not on the fins or his face, just on the body part. And then maybe you can see me while I'm doing this. And then you're going to take your scales and you're going to stick them in the glue like this. See? And you can make all different color scales, or you can make the same color. This is kind of what it's looking like. So the rainbow fish's scales are kind of standing up a little bit because it's a circle folded in half, and we're only gluing one half down to the paper. So you can keep going and going with this. And then I wanted something shiny because the rainbow fish had shiny scales. But how many did he end up with? Only one. So you need one little scale that's cut out of something shiny. And I used aluminum foil because that's what I have at home. And I bet if you ask your mom and dad, you might have a little piece of foil that you can use. And somewhere on your fish, you're going to stick that shiny scale in there so that he'll have a shiny scale. So I just put my shiny scale on. And then you'll keep gluing your circles all along here, all the way until you get to the end. And I'm going to show you what the finished rainbow fish can look like. Okay. Isn't that pretty? And there's his one shiny scale in there. Okay, so that's one way that you can make a rainbow fish. And if you're looking for a way to make a fish that's a little bit simpler, everybody knows what this is, right? A paper plate. So if you have a paper plate, or even just cut a big circle out of a piece of paper, that's easy as pie here. You're going to do that, and you're going to get some scissors, only with mom and dad's help, and we're going to cut a triangle out of this paper plate. So just like that. So now we have a paper plate like this, and we have this piece. And we're going to be able to use this piece of the paper plate for, you guessed it, the fish's tail. So you're going to take some tape or glue and glue that on. And then, my friends, you can do whatever you want with that paper plate. You can color it, you can paint it, use whatever you have at home. You can leave it white if you'd like to, because we're going to put some some colored scales on this fish too. So I made an eye for my fish. I just cut it out of a piece of paper and I used a black marker. You can use anything you have at home. Okay, so there's his eye. I painted my fish blue. Okay, and then just find some scraps of paper. This could be colored paper from a magazine. It can be construction paper. It can be scrapbooking paper, whatever kind of paper you have. And you're just going to cut some little pieces. Okay, they don't have to be fancy. They don't have to be circles. And then we're just going to glue some scales on our fish's body. So it's going to look kind of like this. And you can put them all over the fish. You can use all one color, you can use different colors, but remember, you need that one special scale because our rainbow fish needs something shiny, right? So I cut a shiny one out of aluminum foil again, and I've got that stuck on here. Okay, so now you can see that I have another beautiful rainbow fish. So a paper plate rainbow fish, or a piece of paper, whatever you have, or you can draw your rainbow fish and make them super fancy. I hope that you have fun with this activity, and I hope that you enjoy the story, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.